Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new around here, welcome. My name is Jenny and this is our Houston Smith home. In today's video, we're just continuing on with a little bit of fall decorating. I am going to be tackling the entryway table here today, and we're going to play around a little bit with my arch cabinet. So I got this arch cabinet from Walmart. It is just the viral Better Homes and Gardens Juliet arch cabinet. I love it. I have it here in my office, but I'm going to be honest, I've had it for a few months now and I'm constantly playing around with decorating it. I don't have any like open shelving in my home. I don't have like a lot of shelves or anything like that to decorate, and that can be tricky to me. If you're in the same boat, we'll play around with it a little bit. We're going to just add a little bit of fall in there. I already have actually been playing around with it, but we're going to do a little bit more in the video and I'm going to show you what I did. Anything that I can, I will link down in the description box below. And also stick around because I'm going to throw together a very easy and simple chicken stew recipe for supper. Make some cornbread to go with it. So I thought I would include that in the video because that just feels like fall to me. Crockpot season. I'm not even actually going to use my crockpot today, but I feel like it's crockpot season. I've already been making chili and soups. I shared a really easy chili recipe and it seemed to be a big hit. I'm going to share this chicken stew, super simple. Stay tuned for that. Let's get everything out and start decorating. So this is just always the state of my office, honestly, y'all, but this is the cabinet that I was telling y'all about. It did come from Walmart. I think it is still in stock right now. This is the honey color. Now, I did order some different handles for it. I got these off of Amazon, very inexpensive, and I feel like it just really elevated the look. Today is a little bit dark and gloomy out, but I just couldn't put off filming this any longer. So I'm just gonna go ahead and film. Hopefully you'll be able to see everything okay. I've still got out some of my fall decor boxes down here. So we're gonna see what we can find. I already have put out a few things there on my entryway table, and I have already put a few things in this cabinet, but we're just gonna kind of break it apart, see what we want to do in these areas. And like I said, this is just like the constant state of my office. I always have stuff laying around. Just got a package in from Walmart. I have a new rug I'm gonna put out in here. That package is actually some Christmas garland. Do y'all want to see that? I might open that up later in the video and show y'all. It is some of the My Texas House stuff. This is some Christmas stuff I've already been getting from Walmart. Y'all, we're not going to get into a Christmas video today, I promise, but I will share that stuff soon. But anyway, let's go ahead and get some of this decor out and see what we can do. I just recently picked up this picture from Target. I found it at my store on clearance. I think I paid $12 for it. Just a really pretty landscape picture. It is threshold, and like I said, it was marked down at my store. I will see if it's available online. I'm not sure if it would be for that marked down price. And then I wanted some florals for in here, and I ordered these off of Amazon. Now, I won't say they're the highest quality floral that you'll find, stem that you'll find, but they do come in like individual stems. I think it's 15 in a pack, and I put them all in here. Y'all, they're super cheap, like maybe $11, and I think they had a coupon too to clip. So I just love them, especially for like on a shelf or in a cabinet or something like that. They are just the perfect color. I think they're called skin color, but they come in tons of different color options. But I just like these. You can play around with them and make it as full as you want. And then I'm just going to layer that picture on top of one I already had in there, and I'm just going to kind of cover it up, and that way it just gives it a little bit of texture, but it's covering up that more spring-like picture. And then this vase is the exact same vase that I have the florals in, but it's the smaller version. It's from My Texas House at Walmart. I also got this rattan vase at Walmart. This one is so good, y'all. I do wish it was a little bit bigger, but this one is Better Homes and Gardens. It's the most beautiful color and texture, but it is a little bit small, but it's only $14.99, and I just kind of like it by itself, like without any florals in it or anything like that. This little guy was a DIY I did last year. He was actually bright orange. I got him at the thrift store. I think I paid $3 or $4 for him, and I just painted him and did kind of like that baking soda look to give him some texture. I'm just going to sit him on top of some of these vintage books, and then on this bottom shelf I'm just going to take a little bit of this greenery out and play around a little bit down here. dried florals are so pretty, but I rarely buy them because they are so messy. I put some in this little vase here, and look at the mess. It is everywhere, but I thought they would look pretty just to kind of lay them sideways in that vase. And then I had gotten these candle holders at Goodwill last year. I think I paid $2.99 each for them. They just look like little pine cones, but I'm not actually going to put any candles in them, but I just thought I would sit them around here on this bottom shelf. And this little flocked pumpkin came from Walmart this year. It was $6.98, I believe, and it's a nice size, and I also loved the stem on it. It just had like that realistic stem on it, and I just thought it would be pretty sitting next to that stool. I feel like when I'm styling this shelf, I'm always so happy with that top shelf. Like, I feel like I can style it so easy. And then when I get to the bottom two, I'm always like much more iffy on it. But I love the florals here. I love the stacked prints, and I'm really happy with that top shelf. Now here on the second shelf, again, I have that rattan vase. I have another vase back there. It actually came from Walmart too. It's really pretty. And then that is just a candle snuffer. It's the Studio McGee one that's huge, and that's just like the only place I know to put it. And then again down here, I just did this little vase with the dried florals, those candlesticks, the pumpkin, and all of that. So I'm pretty happy with it right now. I feel like I kind of try to do it on the sides. That way when I close the door, you can see. It's a pretty big glare, so it's hard for me to film it, but that's why I sort of decorate it one side and the other side, and I don't really put that much in the middle. I'm pretty content with that right now, so I decided to move on here to the entryway table. This is always a struggle for me as well. Now, I definitely knew I wanted to put these stems in this large floor vase. These stems came from Walmart. They're just like little rice stems. They're not little, they're huge. This is how long they are, and they actually come with 3 per bundle. I'd already taken one out of here, but so you get a pretty good bit of them. They're very they're affordable. I ended up cutting some of them a little bit shorter to put in a shorter vase, but for this large floor vase, this size just works perfectly. I think I have 3 bunches in here. I think I'll have to look and make sure on that, but anyway, I just love the colors of those, just kind of those muted fall colors. So I knew I wanted to put that there, and it kind of covers up that plug-in. So I really want to get a little bit of a bigger table here, but for now we're just gonna work with what we have. This was another DIY. I painted it just like I did that little small one that I put in the arch cabinet. And this is a big one. It actually came from Walmart this year. I paid $20 for the pumpkin, and then I just painted it and gave it the look that I was wanting to go for. And I thought it would be cool because you could just turn it around and then just use the plain pumpkin for your fall decor. And then like in October, you can turn it around and show the jack-o'-lantern. So you might have to play with it just a little bit so that you can't really see that face. But I just thought that was cool because you could have it as fall and Halloween decor if you decorate for both. Also, it has an opening on the bottom so you could put a candle in there. This little candle holder came from Hobby Lobby. I love it so much. It is just so nice. It looks very high-end and expensive, but y'all, I got it half price, so I only paid $5 for it. I am so impressed with that. And then I did get these battery-operated candles from Hobby Lobby as well. I realized about right here that I didn't have any batteries in it, so I need to put some batteries in there, but I do have one on my coffee table. Love it. It actually has that real wax feel to it, and the flicker looks pretty real. I'm just happy with that. Now, this I had ordered from Hobby Lobby. Y'all may remember that in one of my previous videos, and it came bent. Well, I emailed them, and they sent me a new one, a replacement, so they just said do whatever I wanted to with that one. I thought I might try to incorporate it here, but just having one single one, it was kind of odd. Now, this is one of my favorite thrift finds ever. I paid like $7 for this lamp. I love it, but I got a floor lamp in my living room now, and so I don't have anywhere to put it. So I'm trying to make it work here, but I feel like it's probably a little bit too big for this table, but we're going to play around with it and just see what we can come up with. So if I do use this, I won't actually be plugging it in, and so I'm just going to push the cord up in there. Did y'all know that most lamps will do that? You can usually push the cord up in there if you're not going to use it, and then you could just order a battery operated light bulb if you did want light. I probably wouldn't even use a light on it if I use it at all. So I just push that cord up in there, and let's just play around and see if we think we can make it work. You know, I am no interior decorator. I just do what I think looks good, and that involves a lot of trial and error. I just move stuff around. I just stand back and look at it. I sometimes will let it sit for a day or two and decide if I like it or not. And that's just how I do things. So a lot of times you'll see me change stuff around, and then that's why at the end of every season I will do kind of a full home tour, because these videos where you are styling with me, by the end of the season, a lot of times I've moved stuff around. I have completely put it in a totally different room. So sometimes I think it's fun to just kind of see how it evolves. And so I'm just going to start working on this bottom shelf. I'm not really happy with the top shelf yet, but I thought I would just play around a little bit more with the bottom shelf. I always usually have a basket down there and a pillow. These throws from the Target dollar spot, they are just great to throw in little baskets and just add a little bit of texture and sometimes color. I honestly wished I had a little bit more fall color over here on this table, but I had picked this one up. I think they're like $5, and I'm just going to throw it in the basket for now, along with that little pillow that is shaped like a pumpkin. That one came from Walmart. We just had that little basket we used to keep our remote controls in, and I just filled it up with a few little filler pumpkins. I'm still just not quite feeling the vibe here. I'm not liking the lamp. Actually, the lamp did not come with a shade, and so I put that shade on there. It was just one that I had, and I feel like it just looks so crooked when I'm looking at it on camera. So not super happy with that, and honestly, I like the basket with the pumpkins, but I don't really think they go with the vibe. Okay, I think I'm getting a little bit closer. I ended up putting the pumpkin back up on top. Still trying to make it work with the lamp. I worked on the shade a little bit. Please tell me down in the comments, what are your thoughts on that lamp? Because I am very iffy on it. I want to make it work so bad, but it's just, I'm afraid, a little bit too big for this table. And then here is another look, another option. I ended up adding a basket here, and I used to always keep this basket here on this table, and I kept a diffuser in it. So I'm thinking about getting my diffuser back out here and putting it in there, and that just made a really pretty, like when you had the diffuser going, that mist was always so pretty. And so then I just put the pumpkin and the book over here and the little candlestick. I'm probably going to move that big gold candlestick. I just felt like it just sticks out like a sore thumb, but I'm thinking I like this vibe a little bit better. Again, y'all just let me know down in the comments, which look do you like best. I'm really trying to just use what I have here and not buy anything new for fall. I have to be honest, I'm already seeing Christmas stuff out, and so I'm not wanting to buy anything else for fall. Just wanting to use some things I have and keep things really, really simple this year. Okay, I've looked at that entryway table long enough. It is time to get supper started, and I told y'all I would show you this easy peasy chicken stew recipe, and so we're going to go ahead and get that started. Now I'm just going to be putting it all in my Dutch oven for tonight. Normally I would be just putting this in the crock pot. To me, the crock pot is just so handy, but let me be honest here. Look at my sink. The crock pot is down in the bottom of that pile of dishes because I already had made some chili and I did not wash it. So instead of washing the crock pot, we're just going to throw it all in the Dutch oven, but you can do it either way that you want. Keeping it really simple. Yesterday I went to Sam's Club. When I go to Sam's, I always pick up a rotisserie chicken. We ate that for supper last night, and I shredded up some of what was left, put it in the fridge. I just do a bag of frozen vegetables. You honestly can put in any kind of vegetables that you like, canned, frozen, whatever. And then I'm going to just dice up a few of these little small potatoes. I do dice up a whole onion. Then I'm going to do a can of diced tomatoes. I'm going to do some tomato sauce. I'm not certain that I'll use this whole big can. Probably I usually use more like one of the smaller cans, but we'll see. And then I do a whole container of chicken broth. Season it to your own taste. I like to do sea salt, garlic powder, and pepper. We are just going to literally throw all of this together in the pan. I like to bring it to a boil, and then once it does that, I'll just turn it down on low and let it simmer for a few hours. Now, I like to cut up my own onion and potatoes. That's just what I usually do, but you could easily buy these already frozen too, or canned or whatever. I'm all about keeping it simple and easy. I am no chef. If it is going to take me a long time, I'm just probably not going to cook it. And if it's going to have a ton of ingredients that I don't already keep on hand, I'm probably not cooking it. So this is just a really easy, tasty soup. And you can just season this to taste. I season it pretty heavily. I like to do salt, garlic powder, and pepper, but you can just put any kind of seasonings that you like or that your family likes, and you can put as much as you want. So I usually do a seasoning at the beginning, and then as it's cooking throughout the day, I'll just taste it and see if I think it needs anything else, and just go from there. We like ours pretty thin, so I'm going to add a little bit of water to this. You can totally do it as thick or as thin as you like. I like to make a little thin, crispy pan of cornbread to go with mine, so I just have this small little cast iron that I use for my cornbread. I have got some oil in it, and then I'm going to preheat the oven, and as the oven preheats, I like to put my cast iron in there, let it get good and hot too while the oven heats up. And I don't know, y'all, like I said, I'm not a chef. This is how I make my cornbread. The only thing I use is cornmeal. I use an egg and a little bit of milk, and I just whisk all that up together, and then I pour it in my hot pan, and I'll cook it for about 20 minutes on 400 degrees. I love when you pour that batter in that hot pan and it just starts sizzling. That is so good. You know it's going to be good and crispy. I love the outside crust part of the cornbread. I love the crispy part. And I know some people likes to eat the inside. So tell me down in the comments, which are you? Do you eat cornbread? If you do you like the whole piece? Do you like the outside crispy part or the inside? Of course, I wasn't thinking that my kids won't eat the cornbread. They like it with crackers, and I didn't have any crackers, but my mama came to the rescue. She lives right beside me, so I sent the boys down to her house and they came back with a sleeve of crackers. So that always works out good. And I wanted to show y'all this plate. This was my grandma's plate. This is what she always plated her cornbread up on, and so I got it when she passed away, and if I ever make cornbread, I have to put it on that plate. I recruited a cameraman. My little boy is filming for me, y'all. So here in a minute, you might see his finger in the frame, but he was trying to help me out and film me here. What I like to do is just crumble my cornbread in the bottom of the bowl. That's that good crust I was talking about, y'all. I could eat like the whole pan, just the crust. But I just like to crumble it up in the bottom of my bowl and then add my soup on top. If you wanted to add some noodles to your soup, you could do that. I would just do it like in the last little bit of cooking, like maybe the last 30 minutes or so. You could add the egg noodles. I do that sometimes, but on this day I didn't want to. I just wanted to add it on top of my cornbread, and it is so good, y'all. That is it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed decorating with me a little bit for fall, cooking a little bit with me. I am no chef, so don't come at me. Let me know if you do try the soup recipe though. We just love it. The kids will eat it. We all think it's so good, but y'all let me know if you give it a try. Tell me down in the comments. Be sure to follow me over on Instagram. I'm over there at Our Houston Smith Home. I'll leave it here. I always tag that down in the description box too, so I hope you'll follow along over there. Now, I had asked about posting 2 videos a week. A lot of you said you were interested in that. I have done it for the last couple of weeks and I'm not getting great results with that. I have always been very consistent with my YouTube where I post 1 video a week, and I'm not sure if that's just throwing everything off. I'm getting a lot less views on those videos, so I'm not sure if you guys are seeing them or what's going on with that. Unless I just have extra videos and I know I'm not going to be able to get them all out on time, I'm probably going to stick with my usual Thursday uploads and just throw in a bonus video here and there. I'm not going to try to do a very specific 2 a week strict routine. I just wanted to let y'all know that I'll always be here on Thursdays, and then we'll throw in a bonus video here and there because you know Christmas is coming up and we're gonna have all kinds of content. So I hope that you will hit that subscribe button. Be sure and like this video if you liked it. Come back next week and I'll see you then. Bye.